super early Sunday morning. No one's awake yet. It's pretty rare to get quiet time in this house. There's always something going on, so I have to take these quiet moments while I can. They're rare and few and far between. Early in the morning is the best part of the day.
The GoPro battery died. It's probably for the best. This way I can wipe the slate clean, tabula rasa, and start over. Because if you've been following me on YouTube for some time, then you know that back in January, I made this promise to you guys that I was gonna deliver one video every single week. Have a look. The goal part of this for me is that I'm going to be putting up a minimum of one video per week, every week for 2016. That's the goal that I've set for myself. And I'm nervous. I'm like scared about it. I'm intimidated. Yeah, that didn't really work out, did it? I think it's been about 8 weeks since my last video. That puts me 8 videos behind on my promise. So I suppose you can say that I failed. And I've been thinking a lot about why I stopped making videos after making this pledge, and I've come to the conclusion that there are a couple reasons. The first is that, to my detriment, I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist. I want every single piece of content that I put up online to be the best, the most polished, the most helpful that it possibly can be. And what happened is that in the course of making videos, I ended up spending ridiculous amounts of time editing these things. I think like 8 hours on average per video, and I just burned out. Also, and much more importantly, I think, when I look back at the videos that I did put up over the course of 2016, I can't help but feel like they're a little forced, perhaps somewhat affected, slightly derivative, I suppose, and I feel like I actually needed to stop making videos to take a beat and think and ponder and meditate on what it is I really want to do and say here. What is it that I want to express? Not how can I look cool and make a super fun groovy video, but how can I put out content that is truly authentic to who I am, helpful, and most of all, representative of me in the most real sense possible. So after this period of reflection, I've decided that I'm going to take a stab at vlogging, and I feel like in certain respects this might be the best way for me to convey my ideas and do it in a genuine, real, and less affected way. I'm not making any promises about how consistently or frequently I'm going to do this, and these videos are going to be much rougher, much less polished than some of the other content that I've put out, because I just can't afford to be spending several hours every single day editing, especially if I want to achieve some level of consistency. If I am going to do this, it has to work within the construct of my life, which is super busy juggling lots of different things right now. But I'm going to give it a shot. All right, it's late Sunday afternoon, which for me means one thing: time to go to work. Veggie sushi. Sunday afternoons and evenings are always very busy work times for me because this is the time when I produce and put out the podcast. And tonight, I'm working on the episode with Ariana Huffington that will post late tonight. One of the most challenging things about doing the podcast every week is trying to write a really engaging blog post that accompanies the audio format of the interview. I probably spend way too much time on these blog posts, but they're important to me. They're a creative outlet for me, and I feel a sense of pride when I write something great and interesting and unique to me about each week's guest. So that's what I'm here to do. So time to get to work. All right, the podcast is done. I'm pretty happy with it. Here, I'll show you. Here's what it looks like. It's all about sleep. Here's my blog post, her TED Talk.
Getting enough sleep doesn't mean that you're giving up your goals or your desire to achieve and succeed. On the contrary, it makes you more effective. It's a performance enhancer.
All right, so the podcast with Ariana is done. I'll put a link up wherever those things go so you guys can check it out and read my blog post. And normally that would mean that I'm done for the evening and I can go home, but I guess I got to edit this video now, right? So I'm going to call it a night. This is the end of episode 1 of the vlog, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, maybe. No promises.